Hey everyone, I am your host for today, Elisha. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast. And as we about to listen to this episode, I want you to listen to understand. And whatever it is that you've understood, I want you to apply it in your life. Shalom. Glory be to God in highest, the Father of mercies. Good, beautiful evening to you all. God bless you abundantly. And it is well with you in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you so very much, everyone, for always getting our time to listening to our podcast. And like I say all the time, it means a whole lot to me. Thank you so very much, and may the good Lord continually bless you. So yesterday we were on a very beautiful topic, and we've been on this topic for some months now, and it's been an interesting one. And I want to say, if you're just listening to our podcast for the very first time, thank you so very much for being here, and may the good Lord continually bless you. And you can just scroll past our episode list to check series of episodes, the ones that we've done, so you can catch up. Thank you so very much, and God bless you. So to all of our active listeners, I wanna ask you for a favor. I want you to please share the link to the Witnesses podcast with three kinds of people. Number one, your families. That consists of your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad. And if you don't have families like that I mentioned, you can share with the ones that you have. All right. And the second category of people I want you to share the podcast link with are your friends, the ones you met recently, the ones you've known for a long time, and the ones you're about to get so close to you. I want you to share the link to this podcast with them. And the last category, very, very important, your enemies. Don't lie to me. I know you know some folks who do not like you. Don't act like you don't have enemies. I know you have. All right? And do them the good, do them the favor by, sharing this podcast link with them. Because, Jesus said something very beautiful. He said, those ones who deem themselves fit to be your enemies, Jesus said, pray for them. Jesus said, love them. And by love, don't misunderstand that statement. That doesn't mean you hiding the truth from them. It doesn't mean you trying to play along and, just to make peace reign. That ain't what it means. You love them so much that you don't want them to continue the way they are. So whatever it takes to get them to live right, you should do it. That's love. I saw a video of a particular guy. He was under the influence of drugs, and now he was going pretty wild. And we've got some onlookers. They were just looking. They grabbed their phones and they were recording all that was going on. And there comes a young guy too. He was running towards where this guy is, and he got towards his path. Then he gave him pretty hard slap on his face. Pooh! Then he slapped him again. Pooh! He then gave him another very hot slap. Pooh! And before we knew it, the guy that was under the influence of drugs, he became calm. The folks who were passing by, they were just looking. They don't love him because they are not doing anything to help him, but they're just, managing the situation with him. But that particular guy that ran towards him and gave him 3 hot slaps, that one loved him. So don't just think love is something that it has to do with giving gift and that's all, or saying sweet words and that's all, or always supporting whatever it is you're doing and that's all. No, there is another side of love that you need to know. So when Jesus says love your enemies, do all you can to ensure that they don't die the way they are. Those folks who don't like you, do them the favor of positioning them before the truth. That's why I say you should send our podcast link to them. Got it? Beautiful. So let's just proceed from where we stopped yesterday. The devil defies the plan. He said he's going to go deceive Eve. Why? Because if you are under a government, You become a true citizen of that country by obeying the rules and the law stated by the government. In other words, if you violate the principles or the laws of a country, you are an enemy of that country. And if that country is so righteous that it hates iniquity to the point where it doesn't even want to see it, the country is gonna disconnect away from you. But some countries they serve you penalties. The fool can go to jail for some period of time, or can do some certain things just to pay for what he or she has done. But you see, when it comes to God, God is so holy. He doesn't want to have anything to do with iniquity at all. So when the Satan understands this principle because he was once in heaven, then he said, all right, let's go carry that. And they went and they did their thing. And Eve fell. She ate the fruit and she gave it to her spouse, Adam. It wasn't the fruit that made them sin against God. It wasn't the fruit. The fruit inherently ain't evil. What made them sin against God is the fact that they disobeyed God. Let me give you another example. If God had said, this particular stone, do not touch it. If you touch it, you will surely die. And if they touched it, they would definitely die spiritually, disconnected from the country. So the fruit ain't the problem. What God is trying to test there is their level of obedience. You see? And same applies to you too. When you're being faced by a terrible situation, and you've gotten the word of God that says, wait on me. And you have this friend who is so wayward, and he came to you and he says that, I actually know a particular herbalist that can help you out of this situation you're in. Many people do not recognize that we've got many Eves in the world. Because if you find yourself in that situation too, how do you respond to it? Do you say, no, God said I should wait? Or do you say, well, herbalist, there is nothing bad in that. I can actually go meet the devil for some help. And they're telling you that, yeah, the devil is a nice guy. And you're so desperate now for help. What would you do? Would you wait on God? Or would you do what they ask you to do? You see? So God was going to test that. And these guys failed. And because they failed now, they were disconnected from heaven. So picture this. Heaven was once a colony. Sorry, Earth was once a colony of heaven. In other words, Earth was once subjected to heaven. Earth was once connected to heaven. The reason why we have peace, joy, love, happiness, and all of these beautiful stuffs is because Earth was once subjected to heaven. Earth was once a colony of heaven. Are you understanding this stuff? So because Earth was once connected to heaven and all that is in heaven must definitely reflect on Earth. Another example. The British decolonized us. As a matter of fact, they were the one that gave us the name Nigeria. Flora Shaw. She said because the Niger River is so close to this region, then let us formulate the words. And she created the word Nigeria, and she added the A behind it, Nigeria. Just the same way the Bible says in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, and in the beginning, God created the earth. God created the heavens and the earth. So God named earth. Why? Because his original plan is to make earth a colony of heaven. So when those guys colonized us, all right, they brought in some very strange cultures, like drinking tea and biscuit, roundabout. And all of this language that, the African language, you've got our own language. The tribe I came from is Yoruba tribe. And in the Yoruba side, if you want to say good morning, we say Ekaro. That means good morning, Ekaro. If you want to say how are you, we say Bawoni, Bawoni. Bawoni means how are you? You see? So we have our own language. And these guys came with a strange language called English. We are speaking English in this part of the world because the British colonized us. And everything that is all about the British was reflecting in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, it is still reflecting till date. Because I tell you, I don't feel horrid sometimes if I've taken tea in a long time, you see. So whatever government you submit to, it's called to reflect in your life. It's called to reflect in your environment. So when Adam and Eve obeyed the devil, all right, we switched culture. We switched government. In other words, Adam claimed independence from God's government. Adam said, "It's enough, God. We are tired of peace. We are tired of loving. We are tired of order. We are tired of light. We want to embrace darkness. And we see your own government does not have all of these things I mentioned. So we are going to go to the government of the devil so that we can experience murder, envy, hatred, and all of those terrible things that we have today." That was what Adam did indirectly. This is pretty sad, I tell you. During the time when earth was still connected to heaven under Adam's rule, Adam never toiled for anything. Adam never toiled for anything. Pretty sure that the animals were put into bed easily, no issues. But you see, the moment Adam switched government from the government of heaven to the government of Satan, the cultures and the lifestyle and the ways of Satan began to reflect on this planet called Earth. Remember what I said? Whatever government you submit to, its cultures reflecting your life. It is the culture of the devil to lie, to kill, to envy, demonstrate hatred, to keep malice, to betray one another, to kill your fellow because of money. It is the devil's culture. So because Earth submitted to the government of the devil, it is compulsory that Earth experience the culture of the devil's government or the devil's kingdom. Do you understand it now? So if you want to eradicate corruption, you want to eradicate all of these evil things, it is important you understand these things. But here's the mysterious part. God foresaw that all of these things are going to be happening even before they came into existence. God knew that Lucifer was going to become the devil, and God knew that Judas was going to betray Jesus. God knew all of these things beforehand. God knew that folks are going to be killing themselves for natural resources. God knew that racism was going to become a topic. God knew that a man would say, "I want to identify as a woman." And the woman would say, "I want to identify as a man." God knew all of those things. Here comes the golden question. If God knew all of these things, did he proceed to create the world? Think about it. If God knew that evil was going to spread around this world he wants to create, why then did he proceed to creating the world? God knew the folks are going to kidnap themselves. God knew that folks are going to be fighting for religion. Yet, he went ahead to create the world? Why? Simple answer. God already provided the remedy. God already provided the solution to all of the problems that he saw. He already provided it. And when he saw that, okay, this is a means for my glory to shine. Well, I am going to create man in my image, and I'm going to give him glory, which stands for their purpose. Specifically, individually, we've got the assignment to solve a particular problem. All of these problems in the world, the solutions are right here. That was what God planned. And God decided, okay, they are going to solve this problem not outside my government, but under my government. The society already educated us all to believe that our existence is solely for money making, children bearing, luxurious stuffs, and all of these things that people go after. The society has made us believe to the core that that is the essence behind our existence. And we already believe these stuffs. If okay, I did a survey. This was about a year ago. And I asked some very little kids between age 7 to age 12 or 11, 12, age 7 to age 12. And I asked them individually, all right? I said, Why are you on this planet? They look so dumb at the question. And what I mean by that is they don't understand what I'm trying to say. The question was so big for them. Then I broke it down. I said, what do you want to achieve in life? Then they were so happy to respond to me because they have the answer already in their minds. And I said, okay, you tell me. The first one said, I want to grow up and I want to buy so much cars and I have so much money. The second said, I want to have so many wives and give birth to so many kids and have a very big mansion. The third one said, I want to be a very wealthy billionaire and I want to have so much airplanes. I was wondering, where are these kids getting all of this stuff from? All of them, they were mentioning things that has to do with luxury, money making, and all of the stuff that the society already taught us. And I was so disappointed. You know why? I wasn't disappointed at the kids. I was disappointed at their parents. And that's why you need to equip your children with the right information. Because they're going to grow to become adult, to become parents one day. And the society has got this massive influence upon us because our parents are so ignorant. Some are so lucky that they have beautiful parents that understand that life is all about purpose. I tell you, some are so lucky.